Hi everyone, it's Ann Varillo here with stampwithann.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Auburn, New York. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. It's Wednesday, April 9th. Can you believe it? We had snow yesterday and I was not a happy camper. It was 22 degrees and snowing. It's April already. Come on, Mother Nature. Give me some spring sunshine, please. Anywho, hi guys. We are crafting this week with the one more year stamp set. So I've created 3 cards for my weekly card class kit to go, and I'm sharing those all week with you guys. I went live. No, I didn't go live Monday. I recorded my video for Monday, but it was on at 11. And then today I'm live here at 11, and Friday I'll be live as well. So, and I'm showing you the 3 different cards that I've created. And in your weekly card kit to go, when you make a $45 purchase in my online store, you get the supplies to make 6 cards. So that's 2 of each design. I gave you the designer series paper, the cardstock, scored, any other dies or embossed paper. I include that as well. So yeah, anyways, let's see, just a couple things before I switch down to my craft table. If you guys are watching me on YouTube right now and you're not subscribed, please make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, and after that hit the little bell icon so you get notifications of when I go live or when I post videos. And then also, same goes for Facebook. If you're watching me on Facebook but you're not yet following my page, make sure you follow my page as well, and then give me a like on both and share too, because I like to let other people see all the fun, creative stuff we're doing. And then last but not least, always, always leave me a message, even if you're watching the replay. I love to go back and look at the messages, and most of the time I try to answer all of them as well. So, okay, let's get started. First, I'm gonna pop down to my craft table. This is gonna be a pretty quick card today. We're doing a lot of coloring again with our Stampin' blends. So let me get down to my craft table. All right, before I jump into that, I just want to give everybody a reminder that the April card class kit to go is not card class kit. It's my April Craft and Create Club, which is a subscription-based club. It's $45 a month. You get all the supplies shipped to your door to make 8 cards, and it also includes a goodie bag anywhere from $22 to $25 of Stampin' Up! Product that are used to make the cards. So I'm featuring the Ocean Friends this month, April, and I just get a kick out of these. Look how cute they are. And the little crabbies, and the little lobsters, just really cute designs. So there's a link down below if you guys are interested. There you can get more details on it, and you can sign up. If you're signed up for 6 consecutive months, you get a gift from me worth $25 in either a stamp set or Stampin' Up! Products, current Stampin' Up! Products. So go ahead and check it out. I'd love to have you join us. The subscription period ends on, I think it's April 19th. And if you subscribe after April 19th, you'd be subscribed for May's Craft and Create Club, which I don't know what I'm doing yet. I have an idea, but I don't know. Okay, let's get started. Let me share the cards with you because you're gonna like all these. Okay, this is the one we did on Monday. Isn't that cute? Now this stamp set, maybe I should show you the stamp set first. Okay, here's the stamp set, One More Year, and this is kind of like a little Sassy stamp set. It's got the little dog. I love the little doggy, but I do love the little wine and cheese and aging fine like wine and cheese. I thought that was super cute. And then these are just a little Sassy. Happy birthday, now back to me. You're how old in dog years? You'd be blank, blank, blank. And then at least you're not as old as you'll be next year. I thought that one was funny too. So these, it's just a cute little stamp set. I think it's $24. And it is, I believe, on our last chance products because this was from our mini catalog. So, so it is retiring, I guess. Okay, so putting that aside, in case I need it, I'll keep it close. So this is the card we did on Monday. Very cute, just the cake. And just for you, I used this from the Labeled with Love stamp set. But on the inside, happy birthday, now back to me. I thought that was cute, little sassy. So that one we did Monday. This is the one we're gonna do today, aging fine like cheese and wine. Happy birthday, another wrinkled wiser. So that's the one we're going to do today. Pull that down a little bit. And then this is the one we're going to do on Friday. It's a fun fold and it's a gift card holder. So I used the little, how old are you in dog years? You'd be blank. And then at least you're not as old as you'll be next year. So I thought that one was real cute too. So we're going to do this one Friday. It's a fun fold. So make sure you come back and join me on Friday. All right, let's get started. Can you guys all hear me good? I hope so. Just looking at my mic, making sure it's on good. Hold on, I have to drink a Coke Zero. Okay. So, my stomach's growling. Let me move my mic a little bit closer. I'm gonna make sure you guys can hear me good. Okay, let's get going. So like I said, and I've also used in this design today the textured, notes dies, not noted, textured notes dies. If you guys don't have these, get these. These are going to be really great dies. If you have the deckled rectangle dies, which have since been retired, you're going to want something similar to that, and this really fits the bill. So I love these dies, and I've been using them a heck of a lot. So in your card kit to go, you're going to get, this is how it looks. I pre-cut everything. I pop it all into envelopes, and you also get these nice envelopes as well. And these are great envelopes. I think they're $11.50, and they come in a pack of 40. So I use them all the time. So here I've already went ahead and die cut our rectangles. I'm using the Splendid Autumn Designer Series paper. Isn't that pretty? This side is so gorgeous. That would have been kind of cute too, maybe, but it would have to be this way. Anywho, and this is, I'm picking up that cherry cobbler, and I've paired it with some early espresso cardstock. Now, and I've cut these at 1/8 of an inch, or is it a 16th? No, it's an 1/8. And then you've got your inside panel, which I always include. Oh, you could have used this too on the inside instead of just the same, but that's okay. I did that. So we're going to do that together. All right. So first off, this is petal pink cardstock, and we're just going to go ahead and burnish this fold. Now I cut these to the standard size, 5.5 by 8.5, and scored it at 4 1/4. And then we're going to go ahead and glue this down. Let's see. Now I must have been stamping a lot. My glue is starting to run out. I'm going to have to restock it. Hi, Joan from Washington. Okay, so we're going to adhere this. I try my best to line it up good. That's why I use the glue, because it gives me a little bit of wiggle room if I don't get it exactly right. Most of the time I do. Okay, and then I'm just going to adhere this to the petal pink card base. And again, like I said, these are simple cards. They're not too complicated. I loved this stamp set because of the sentiments. Because you really, like, we don't really get too many sassy little sentiments going. So I really thought it was funny, and I said, oh, I gotta have that. Plus, one of my girlfriends, well, a lot of my girlfriends, they like to drink wine. So that's what attracted me to this one. We're always sending jokes back and forth about all of our wine. Okay, let's do some stamping. I kept it fairly simple with the, well, let's do this one first. With the ink, because I am using a lot of the Stampin' blends. You want to see that better. Okay, so I'm just gonna stamp the wine image in my tuxedo black ink. You'll notice I have my initials here, Ann Varillo, because when my girlfriends all come over to stamp, everybody's got that tuxedo black ink. So we're all like, well, whose stamp set? Whose stamp pad is that? So I'm just going to stamp that, give it a good impression. There we go. Clean this off. By the way, this is my simple chamois. I use this almost all the time. It does get my stamp real clean. Now we're going to stamp aging fine like cheese and wine. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp that towards the bottom. Joan, from the mixed drink set, is that the new one that came out? That's not, it's in the new catalog. Oh no, wait, it's in the new online exclusives that's going to come out in May. Because I got that set, the celebrations, whatever it was, with all the drinks and cheers to you. I love that. I can't wait to stamp with it. Okay, so this is my aging fine like cheese and wine. And I hope that this stamps good because I just re-inked my cherry cobbler stamp pad. Oh no, it's old. Yeah. Okay, see, I want to show you something. I kept a couple of my very old, not very old, they were like just a couple years ago. It's like the whiskey one, because I use that for a lot of masculine birthday cards. And then there was another one that had wine bottles too. I kept that. Wine glasses and stuff. Okay, so let me show you something. I did this card last week, sometime before. Now, I stamped it in my cherry cobbler ink. Do you see how light that was? When I was testing out some things this morning, I said, you know, because it started really fading. I said, I think I need to re-ink my ink pad. This is the difference. Do you see how much deeper that is? And this, I kept on looking at it saying, this is so light. So this morning I re-inked it and you can see it's a much, much better stamped image. So don't forget to re-ink your stamp pads when you need to. So let's go ahead, since I've got this burgundy ink pad out, we're gonna go ahead and stamp our other sentiment in the inside. So again, I'm just gonna take this, tap, 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 tap. You don't, with these, what do you call these? The red stamps. I forget. You don't want to press down real hard. So hopefully I got this straight. There. So see, you can even tell on the inside how light that is compared to that. So definitely watch for that when you're stamping, and make sure you go ahead and ink up your stamp pads. And the other thing I recommend too is to, when you're buying your ink pads, so for example, our new ink colors are going to come out in May. Make sure when you get your ink pads, you also get the little refill with it. Get the same color, so that way you'll always have it. Okay, so while I'm at it, I'm just going to go ahead and put this on. Joan, I know which one you're talking about with the beer. Yes, I have that set. I love that one. That's one I won't give up. There's, like I'll do mystery boxes because I have to clear out. I don't have enough space to keep everything, but I've already tagged sets that I'm not going to part with because I love them. Oops. Oopsie. Well, let's see if it's going to be. I have to trim off a little of this. Let me get my paper snips out. And yes, I did go over a little bit here, but I'm not gonna trim that. You can't tell when you layer it on the inside. But I just want to get that little piece off there. There we go. I'll go ahead and put it on the inside now, since we can get that over with. I'll use my Stampin' Seal. The reason I use my Stampin' Seal on the inside of the card is because I found when I do use my glue, sometimes if I'm writing a message on the inside, I don't know, it gets a little wonky when you have the glue in there. So I do use my Stampin' Seal on the inside. Okay, so we're all set on the inside. We're almost set on this. This is just such a simple card. But we've got lots of coloring to do. So let me bring out my Stampin' blends. Now, you don't have to use so many colors because I added a little bit of wild weed in here for the cheese. You can just stick to some basic colors, Daffodil Delight, Cherry Cobbler, and Old Olive. Well, I did add the Pool Party for the glass. But you don't have to use the ivory or the wild wheat, but it's okay. So let's start with the, we're gonna go in here with the Old Olive. And you know what? Pardon me, but I do have to get my glasses. Oops. I'm ready for a new set of glasses pretty soon. Hi, Laura, good morning. Thanks for joining. Okay, so I'm gonna start with my Old Olive because we're gonna do the the wine bottle, silly me. Now I'm gonna use the bullet tip and I'm starting with dark Old Olive because I just wanna do some highlighting here. Just go around the label a little bit. Okay. Then I'm going to jump in and just use some, I wish I could zoom in a little bit more with my phone. Light Old Olive. I didn't do like a lot of shading in this. Particularly because it's kind of a small image. But it's fun to color. I find it very relaxing. I always had coloring books and crayons when I was young. One of my favorite demonstrators, well, two of my favorites, and they do great Stampin' blends. Hi, Kelly. Oh, you forgot to say hello. Is Tammy White, and she's actually my upline, and then Patty Bennett, who I met at Onstage a couple times. They are fabulous with their Stampin' blends. So I do often watch them. Okay, let's come in with our Cherry Cobbler. And I'm just going to use the light because it's going to be my Merlot or my Cabernet. I'm kind of a seasonal drinker. Like I will have, I will have, red wine in the winter, and then during the summer I switch out to white wine. I don't like Pinot Grigio. Ugh. I like Chardonnay, and that's kind of probably it. I like some rosés during the summer too. Okay, so we did the Merlot. I think that's funny, Merlot, right? Okay, now I'm going to come over here and I'm going to do these grapes. They're going to be red because I am going to show you something I did here. So I'm just going to come in here, do the little grapes. They're so small. Now, my husband doesn't drink at all. He doesn't do beer or anything. And most of my girlfriend friends, they drink, not over drink, but we all like to enjoy our cocktails. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do for these berries, because I do want to add just a little bit of a shading to this. So I'm going to come in here with my ivory Stampin' blend and just kind of go in the circle, in the center, and try to lighten it up just a smidgen, because it does bring it to life a little bit more than just being, and I'll bring that up to the camera so you can see. Can you see that? My hand's in the way of the light. But it just kind of lightens and shades that up a little bit. Yes, Joan, I always need a designated driver as well. In fact, when our girlfriends, when we all go out here, our husbands become our designated drivers. They just drop us off and then we call them and tell them to come pick us up. So that's a little trick. So if you don't have the ivory Stampin' blend, pick it up. It comes with the bronze. I used it. I use it just mainly to kind of lighten up things a little bit. So we just need to do our little leaf here. These are so small, these little pieces. Okay. Now I'm going to do the balloon. The balloon. There is no balloon. I'm going to do the wine glass. Oh, no, I'm going to do the blue first. So this one I need dark, because I'm going to come up here to the, and I'm just shading the a little bit like where you would see some shadows. So I'm just using the dark there. I just go around the line, that's all. Then I'm going to come in here and color this. And this is the pool party light. Okay. And I want a little bit more shadow down here for this. There we go. Just a little bit. And then I'll come in with the light cherry cobbler, and then we'll just have our wine sitting in our glass. But I'm going to do what I just did with the ivory. You see how it just gives it a little bit more dimension, which maybe is too much. Let's put a little bit here. There we go. Okay, now we're going to do the Daffodil Delight, and I am going to use a little bit of the wild wheat. Like I said, you don't have to. So I'm just going to come down here. This is the dark Daffodil Delight. I'm going to do these circles. Just like that. Then I'm going to take the light Daffodil Delight, kind of go around here. Like that. I'm sorry, my hand is covering it up. And I'm also going to do the yellow in here. What would be cute, you could put your little initial in there if you wanted to with one of the Stampin' Right markers in black or something. So that's that one. Then I'm going to use the light, that's dark. I'm going to use light old olive, or not light old olive, light wild wheat. And I want to make this cheese seem like it's just a little bit different color. So I've got that. Then I'm going to blend it in with some light Daffodil Delight. And I still want a little bit more distinction here, so I'm going to come back in. There we go. How's that look? Pretty good, right? I didn't miss anything. All right, so now we can put this together. So let's get this here. So I'm just going to take this and glue this down. So this is such a sassy little set. And I'll put it right here in the middle. And then what I did, I used some of this bordered ribbon, the petal pink. Oh, if I can get it. And I just cut off enough. Where's my paper snips? Here we go. Just enough. And then I'm gonna tape it with my Scotch tape. I just find this is easier sometimes because I get it to stay better. Oops. I don't know what that was. There we go. And then I'm going to add the baker's twine bow on here just because I want to add something else to it. You could just tie a bow and use a mini glue dot to put it on there, but I thought, let me try and do this. Okay. And by the way, for those that are either watching the replay or aren't subscribed to my email list, make sure you subscribe because Patty Dolan and I, my other Stampin' Up! Demonstrator friend, oops, this is not working. We are going to do a spring fling retreat. You know what? Somebody commented the other day about this. To use your tweezers to hold that. Oh, that is such a good idea. Anyways, we're doing our spring fling retreat virtual retreat again. I think it's going to be on June 1st, but we're going to make it extra special. So make sure you subscribe to my email so you'll get notified. Okay, I'm just going to pull this a little. That's a good trick. So somebody the other day, if you guys were watching me, it must have been last week, but I was trying to, it was Friday. And I couldn't get the bow to tie real tight. And right at the end, they said, use your locking tweezers. I gotta clean these. And put it there. That worked great. I like that little hint. Okay. So again, sorry, I was digressing. Just want to pull that a little bit smaller. There we go. Now, of course, I have a little bit of waste here, but that's okay. Okay. So now we're just going to pop this up with some dimensionals and we'll be done. Oh, nope. I have to add some bling. So I'm just going to pop this up. Oh, I'll put one in the middle. Okay. Yeah, and we're using, for our spring fling, we're going to use the, I think it's called Celebratory Sips. It's from the new online exclusives that drop in May. So yeah, we're going to do that. We kind of debated about it because, you know, like what if some people don't drink? Well, you could still make lemonades and all kinds of different things with that set. So, okay, and I'm just going to place this diagonally. And then lastly, I am going to add a few of these blooming pearls. And I think these are all on the last chance list as well. I did 2 at the top here. And then I'm going to do one big one down here at the bottom. I'll do it over in this corner. There we go. Oh, I should have balanced it out and put it over here. That's okay though. All right, so that's our second card. I'm so excited. Thanks so much, you guys, for joining me today. I appreciate it. And have a great rest of the week, and I'll see you Friday at 11 for another Fun Fold card. Okay, bye. Have a good one.